whooped it. Bitch, I'm outside of some move.
Now that was a clean edit. Stay tuned to the end of this video. I'm going to show you guys the rest of that edit and go over how I manage content to feed the beast of social media for my supplement company, Mammoth Lab Supplements. Now, before I go into this, a little bit of background about myself. My name is Steve. I still currently work as an engineer. I have a background in chemical engineering, and I started up my own supplement company back in 2017 after I recently graduated college. And I've been working and trying to get my supplement company up to a running pace. And it's been a grind. It's been a lot of work. I learned a lot since that official launch date, and we've actually done a second launch of new products, which introduced a whole new wave of work. And today I'm going to get into how do you feed that beast of Instagram? How do you get enough content to market your products or services in order to get people interested and really grow your following? Now, admittedly, on my Instagram page for this company, I do not have the largest following, but I've been consistently working on posting every single day for about the last 2 weeks. And it's really opened up my eyes to what I could do better and how I could really provide some insight and some tips into how I really got up to this point. Because at the very beginning, when I first started this company, there was no way I could post high quality content on a daily basis. No chance. Now, when you think about the current environment of Instagram, so Instagram's to pretty much grow, you want to be posting 1, 2, some people even recommend 3 times a day. That is a lot of content, especially considering where you're going to be posting carousels, which is 2, 3, 4, 5 images or videos in a row. Or, if you're going to be posting a reel, maybe a nice, edited up reel that's going to be, something a videographer does of a workout clip. Or maybe you're doing some IGTV as well. Now, the big thing is you want to have high quality content. You're marketing a business, you're trying to get people to give you money, and you're trying to convince them that you're worth, this money, that the product you have is valuable and they want it. Now, this is not an easy feat. It's not, here's my product, looks good, looks shiny, buy it, everyone wants it. Not that easy. What I typically think is you need to have someone see it multiple times in a high quality fashion before they feel comfortable buying it. When I first started this Instagram for this company, it was not good. I pretty much didn't know what I was doing in terms of hashtags. I was also thinking that I personally had to be the face of the company, so I was asking, my friends, take, pictures and videos of me working out. And I was into, more so bodybuilding at the time, so it's not that it was the worst pictures, but what happened was I was starting to get the same kinds of pictures. I'm in the picture, or it's my friend who works out in the picture, and then, pretty much our close group, and then in some pictures of the product as well sprinkled in there. But you could tell that it was really on a small scale because it was the same faces appearing over and over and over again. Now, the problem with this, along with making the company seem like on a smaller, scale, I see this person, how come they don't have more people promoting their products? But then you also have the issue of people don't really see themselves taking your products. And an example of this is, let's say I'm 22. I'm not 22, but let's say all my buddies are 22, all the people I hang out with are roughly 22, right? In my Instagram page, going on based on this, I'd be having, guys who are 22 working out, girls who are 22 working out. I'm not going to connect to that 35-year-old, that 40-year-old, 50-year-old, whatever it might be, because they don't see themselves as that 22-year-old. They see themselves as, the 40-year-old, 45-year-old, whatever they might be. So obviously this is an issue, because if people can't see themselves taking or using your products, enjoying your products, you're not going to sell to them. So one of the first things that you can do is expand that group of people that you shoot with. Now, this means you have to get over some fears, big time fears. I had these fears at 220, working out, big juicy boy. I still had these fears, going up to that person who's working out, they got their headphones in, you're afraid you're gonna bother them. Excuse me. Oh, hey, do you compete? Oh, you do compete. Oh, when's the last show you did? Oh, you did the Tahoe show. Oh, okay, when's the next one? Oh, you're 12 weeks out? Okay, cool. I'm Steve. Hey, I run this supplement company, Mammoth Lab Supplements. I'm really looking to collaborate with more influencers, people who work out in this local area. I live here too, just moved here. I'm actually from New York, just new in the Bay Area here. Here's some samples. I'd love to, get your feedback on it. Collaborate as you get closer to that competition. Get some workout videos, pictures of you working out. You can use it on your Instagram. And that was pretty much, honestly, kind of my pitch right there. That was pretty shaky, not good. As you can tell, I never really practiced it, but it was, pretty genuine up front. Here's some samples, show you I'm legit. Here's a business card as well. Typically, I would give the business cards to the girls as sample, business card, here's your Instagram. So I have like multiple verification points. So it's not just here's some powder in a nice, it's in a nice package. But still, you get the point. Now, like I mentioned in that initial pitch, I actually needed to do this pitch because I was new in the Bay Area. I just moved there for a new engineering job. Like I said, I'm from New York, so I moved there not knowing anybody. So I have these products to promote. I need people to promote my products. So I was just going to gyms, meeting them, introducing myself to as many people as possible. And the great thing about people who not only work out, but also work out and like having content of them working out is typically they also have friends who like doing that same exact thing. People like to hang out with people who do similar things. Or if they don't have friends who do that same thing, they're too embarrassed to ask their friends to help them take pictures of them working out and to promote their Instagram training, competition, whatever they want to do. So it's nice for them to have someone who they don't feel weird about asking to take pictures, who actually wants to take pictures of them, and it's not a burden. All right, so now you got this person to agree to do a photo shoot with you. Hold that objection. I know what you're saying right now. It's the corona, it's weird going up to people, this and that. Everyone's thinking, if someone's a leper, if they cough, sneeze, whatever. There are ways around it. Obviously, people are still being, friendly. People are, people are still human. You can still talk to people. Don't get, afraid. Just wear your mask. You still talk to people. But also, you can find people by searching on Instagram in your area. And then you can message them on Instagram, but find that they're in the area first. So maybe they don't go to the same gym as you, but you could reach out to them online and see if they might be a good fit for you to network or collaborate with them. This is one of the best things I've done. Also, when you host, let's say, a giveaway on your company page, you're looking through the comments and you're still going to do your random number generator for whoever wins, but take a look at who comments on your giveaway. Who wants to win your product? Solid chance these are the same people who might want to promote your product. Maybe that girl who commented on your giveaway who's trying to win a pre-workout or makeup kit, whatever you're doing in your business, maybe she's got a few thousand followers, or maybe she has a few friends who might be interested in your product as well. So don't be afraid to reach out to the people who are showing you support and showing you interest as well, and see if maybe they might be a good fit to our collaboration. Where are you going to shoot content? Are you going to go to that 24-hour fitness or that LA Fitness, whatever chain gym you might be going to, and show up at 5 p.m. when they're working out after work and try to get a good shoot in? Not a good idea. I've done it. I've tried to really accommodate people's schedules. The best thing to do is to try to find a private gym, not a 24-hour fitness, not a chain gym, not a gym that's going to have 200 people in it at all times. Go to a personal training gym, one that does small classes. They'll typically have a class at 10, 11, 12, and then have a gap for like 2 hours and not have any classes in that 2 hours. And you could get in with an athlete, take a ton of content. A lot of times these gym owners will want to get paid. So, $50 to $100 per hour that you use their facility to take photos, but get really high quality photos because you don't have that guy touching his stomach in the back of the picture, someone walking into your frame when you're trying to do a video shoot. Things like that could really throw off your shoot, especially when you get that first camera and it comes with that kit lens that's, in this case 1650, and I'm catching everything on the side. Not a good look. If you have a portrait lens, you could probably get away with it a little bit more at those high peak hour times. What you really want to do is try to network with local gym owners and see when you get in. They benefit because they're making a little bit of money. You also can work out a deal with them where you're tagging them in the photo so people see that their gym is the location. Really good for these smaller gyms to have more people know about their location. So that's a great option if you want to get some in the gym content. For like myself, that's my niche, supplements. So we want to be in the gym, any product-based business, see who else can benefit from, having content be taken with your products or with your services. Now, obviously, if you're just starting out, you don't want to be paying $50 or $100 every time you shoot some content if you want to shoot in a gym. So try to find some other places that are free. You can go outside, do some lifestyle shoots, find a playground, shoot downtown in a cityscape. There's so many free spots you could shoot as well. But obviously, if you have a product-based business like supplements, you should be in the gym as much as possible. It doesn't really make sense for us to be on the street doing lifestyle shoots more so than doing the actual shoots of people using the product. Now, another option you have to promote your business is to work with people online. So influencers on Instagram. This is something that's touted over and over. Work with influencers, work with influencers, work with influencers, right? You hear it every day. Everyone thinks that, you take a product, send it to a few influencers, boom, it's gonna just fly off the shelves. People love influencers. Well, here's the thing. There's some issues with working with influencers. And the issue is that you really don't have control over the content they produce. Let's say if you're a smaller company, let's say myself, you're primarily not going to have the option to work with a really big name influencer. I'm not going to work with someone who has 2 million followers, 1 million followers. They're not going to promote my products just because I probably can't afford them at this stage of the game. So now I'm looking at micro level influencers. So let's bump it down to realistic expectations. So we're not looking at 500K, 100K, 50K. Let's look around 10K and less. Now, if you look at the 5 to 10K range, these influencers are better than, having less influencers, but they are a little bit harder to reach. If you imagine if you have 10,000, followers, you're going to have more people messaging you on a daily basis in your DMs than you would if you had 1,000. So these are a little bit more difficult to reach, and since they're not at the highest level of influencer category, they're not the 500K where they've converted this into their business, they don't check that email that they put on their Instagram account. So you're sending them DMs and it's a little bit difficult to reach them. Now, the people at 10K, admittedly, they would most likely produce better content, but they're a little bit more difficult to reach. So let's go down to, let's say, the 5K range. So now when you're working with influencers below 5K, you should also lower your expectations in terms of the content that you may or may not receive. So what I mean by that is if you're not paying the person to have a photographer, maybe they don't have a professional camera just because they're not super into Instagram or influencing at this point in time. Now with these micro level influencers, you're probably not going to be paying them just because they don't have the biggest following. If you were going to be paying them, you would be going for someone with like a larger following. Since you're not paying for them, you're not going to be getting, a photographer to take their photos because they would be asking you, hey, I need money for the photographer. So that's not going to be the case. Instead, it's going to be them using a tripod, friend taking the photos on their phone, or sometimes you'll get that blender bottle phone hoisted up on the side of it. Then someone walks through to get paper towels, and they walk back through because they got the paper towels and got to wipe down the machine. So sometimes you get that, and that angle is not flattering. That's something I'll never post on my Instagram, and it's pretty much useless. And at the same time, that influencer thinks that content's good, and I don't want to tell them that it's not good. I'm just say thanks, and it's never going to go on the page. And that's not to say that micro influencers are not good for your business. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying for content purposes. This is strictly for your Instagram aesthetic look good. Micro influencers are great in terms of actually helping you make sales and getting your product known by people, just because a lot of times people care about that person who has 3,000 or 4,000 followers. People care and check what they're posting on their story because they're actually friends with them. They know them personally. It's not just some random person that they saw on their Explore feed and followed once because they look good. So they do have a little bit higher chance to sell because people feel like they know them, they've seen them around in their hometown, and also due to the fact that they're probably not promoting a ton of other products or haven't promoted products in the past. So it's like a new product. People haven't seen them promote anything before. What's this new thing you're promoting? It's not that person, 6 months ago they were promoting this product and now they're signed by this new company in the same niche. And it's like, okay, this is just a sales ploy here. This person doesn't really care about each one of these products. They just care that they'll get paid. So to recap, your best option is to definitely work people local to you, in your local environment. Get a camera, start taking pictures, and really just put yourself out there. Just ask people, go to the gym, go to a different gym, get a day pass, ask a few people there. Maybe if you're worried about doing it in your own gym, that's a good method, and don't feel as embarrassed because you could just disappear and not see them again. But keep in mind, if you're asking people who are using similar products to the one that you're trying to sell, there's a good chance that they're really going to enjoy your product if you did your formulations or your product development process correctly. Because ideally, you made this product to solve a problem. You didn't just make another product. So now you have all these shoots scheduled, and we're actually going to do a little behind the scenes shoot of me doing some videography for a new shoot that I have planned up. We're actually going to be doing it tomorrow with my buddy Cody. So tomorrow we're going to be doing some photography, doing a little bit of videography as well in a private gym. I have booked it. It is ours for the hour. So I'm going to have another friend come by and record me, recording Cody. So we have some inception recording, so you guys see it behind the scenes.
What are you doing over here, Steven?
Got the balance of the gimbal. A little behind the scenes action today. We're gonna do a little B-roll edit for the pre-workout. Get Cody in there. Before Cody goes to TJ and we never see him again. Alright, we're ready.
The movement. We got Uncle Nate in here. Just grinding. Taking care of the shop. You been good, fam?
Been great, bro.
Yeah?
Yeah. Super busy.
You look good.
Thanks, bro. Appreciate it.
Alright, let's get that first shot of your car just driving up.
Okay. Do you want to like give me a signal when I should stop? Like, do you want me to just back it up and then pull it right here?
Yeah.
And then get out and walk.
We'll do one at a time.
Okay.
So it'll just be like the pull up, and then we'll do a separate scene. Just in case. Alright, so here we got that first B-roll scene, Cody pulling up. Trying to get the whole camera in the frame here. Nice. So this next shot is you're going to open the door and just put your feet on the ground, and that's pretty much going to be it, and then we'll start from there.
Alright, perfect timing. Just give me it.
Nice.
So now that you have all these athletes who want to do shoots with you, you're working with gyms who actually have locations for you to do the shoots, you're scheduling them, then you actually have to get into editing photos. I personally use Lightroom and have a few different presets I'll actually show you guys. So what this allows me to do is I can go to a photo, hit that preset, and it quickly gets me close to where I think I should be on that image, and then it's just final touching. So right now I just have two different presets, lighter, darker, kind of based on the exposure that I shot in. And then from there I'll build on more presets, but essentially I'm just fine tuning. So for each photo, it's not starting completely from scratch. So this really reduces the amount of time that I spend editing photos. And one of the best things that I've done is actually automating my Instagram on later.com. So I'm not promoting later.com, but this service has completely been a blessing. I used to be, my first thought waking up in the morning was, what do I post on my Instagram for my company? What pictures should I post? What should the caption be? Which hashtag groups am I going to include? And it was just, I hated that being the first thought of the day. As a business owner, I should not be thinking about what I'm going to be posting on Instagram. I should be thinking way larger picture than that, especially from the first thought of the day. So later.com, what that allowed me to do was to pretty much, I had plug in all my photos onto there, schedule them, just drag them over, really simple, type out a few different captions for the week or 2 weeks, however more in advance I want to do. I include my hashtags in that first comment so it doesn't look all weird. And boom, done, scheduled it. I could schedule it based on my insights, what are my followers on. Essentially, the best thing is that I am no longer waking up and thinking about what I should post. Already there, ready for me, and I could already think of something a little bit more productive. All right, guys, so I told you my methodology behind how I create content for my company, how I pretty much started to create content, and how I got to the point where I'm at now. I did some behind the scenes of some actual content that we've shooted. I've shown you a little bit of the presets on the editing and how I really speed up the editing process for someone who is not a photography wizard and hasn't been, never took a photography class until I started my business. That's when I cared about photography. And then I also am going to be showing you guys this final edit that Doug threw together. Now this is some really high quality videography, and you guys gotta subscribe, because what we're going to be doing is a new commercial as we get ready to launch for Amazon. We're going to be blasting this ad on YouTube, Facebook, IG. I'm going to give you guys a neat behind the scenes perspective of how to shoot a professional commercial. We're going to have lighting, multiple different scenes. This is going to be the most Gatorade-esque commercial we've created up to date. 3 different athletes. Really excited for this one. Make sure you guys subscribe. I'm going to be also going through other aspects of the journey, how I created product formulations, found a manufacturer, how I got that business loan. No one talks about that part. It costs a lot of money to do this stuff, a lot of money, and you just got to find solutions. I'll leave it at that. But there's so many things I want to cover on this channel, so subscribe.
Blue cheese.